All right, welcome into Indiebnb. Today I'm joined by James Wyatt Crosby, live to us from the Great White North in beautiful Toronto, Canada. James, how we feeling this evening?
Feeling good, feeling good. I just got over a bit of a early spring cold, so I'm doing good. I'm about like 90% now, so feeling good.
Love it. I love it. It's still a little chilly up there, I would assume.
Oh
So, we're
yeah,
getting
we had the spring of deception where it was like nice for like a day, and then we had another one, and now today was like -7, snowy. So it's great. We love it. Can't get enough.
it's just they just like the body shots up there in Canada. You keep going and it just, hey, they keep coming back to you. You're gonna get one
Right.
right in the gut every now and then.
That's right. Yeah, it always keeps you guessing.
I love it. I love it. Well, you got a new album coming out May 15th. Goner. I mean, we're rolling into that season. So you've got a few out already on it. Talk me through this project. It's your latest and greatest. So what's been the kind of happening with that?
Yeah, so I guess it kind of started like I was making tunes after the last release. So I had one called what was the last one? Happy Memories. And yeah, I just was like out of ideas more or less. And so I had to kind of start from scratch. And yeah, I had these songs that was like trying to keep my production values like high and really keep going on the track that I was going. Like I wanted to make things sound really good, really spiffy, and all that stuff. And I was working on some like after the previous album, I was working on a couple soundtracks and scoring for a couple projects, and and also doing like this really kind of I don't like I like making it, but it's like this very calming, boring ambient music that people sleep to. So I was doing like a lot of that, and like that in those realms you have to like really make sure the stuff you're working on is like perfect. So I was still kind of doing that at the start of this project, and in the preamble we were talking it's kind of a breakup album. So throughout the course of that, it kind of like my relationship fell apart, and then it was like a total nightmare. And then all like my computer also fell apart, and like the sessions got kind of screwed up, so I couldn't go back to them. And then I just started kind of like recording on the fly. And so as the album progresses, it kind of just like disintegrates. And then, but then at the end, it all makes sense. So that's kind of the general overview of how it all happened.
I mean, goodness. I mean, the if the relationship ending wasn't bad enough, I mean, the computer ending might be, arguably as bad or
arguably
worse.
Arguably worse. No, yeah, like kicked while you're down. Like I was like I had the hard drive with all the stuff on it, and like the computer guy, he was like working on this like garage, and he just like had this pile of hard drives, and he's like, "Is this one yours?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Is this one yours?" And I was like, "No." And then he finally found it, and then he put it into a new old computer, and it worked. So at least I could get like the stereo bounces out, but it was sketchy for sure.
All right. Well, Goner's got some scars to it. It's
Oh
got
yeah,
some grind and grit a little bit.
oh yeah,
Um,
no shortage
you
of
know
that.
how when you were making it, like, did that stuff kind of shine through? Like, do you have any good examples of like when people listen to it on May 15th, like, this song in particular, this part of this song in particular, like really, you can hear the kind of the scars a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. It's like I put a couple bonus tracks on it that are like they kind of like break the fourth wall a bit, and like they're so rough, and there's so much in that later stage, like the decomposition, just raw uh um phase of that the whole album process that like they just like I'm not even rhyming. I'm just saying like we broke up, and I'm like talking to ChatGPT about like what the hell happened, and like I'm saying that exactly as like I'm singing it, but and I put them as bonus tracks because they're just insane. Um, but but yeah, like throughout it, like at the end of it, I was like journaling a lot because and like I spent a lot of time alone after this all happened, and yeah, I just kind of like I was like breaking down between takes and like just like trying to get through this, but I was just like putting it all on tape. Like I wanted it to be as direct as possible without any of that editing because I've been doing so much of that for the scoring and just like making everything nice for the ambient music. And in my previous albums, I'd been trying to like keep this, like I said, like this hi-fi thing going, like hi-fi, lo-fi thing. And these are just like I just wanted to be like straight off the dome, kind of like straight, straight shooting, like no messing around. I don't know if I can
Yeah,
swear on this, but I'm trying
you
not to.
can. 100%.
Okay.
100% can.
No
Fuck
effing around.
shit,
No
whatever.
freaking. No freaking around.
All right. Well, with this, like, you have Goner, Don't Leave Me Alone,
Yeah.
kind of the title track, if you will. And, how does that, you talk about like kind of a real decompressed, bonus track. Like this is a, real, in the meat of the album, track. So like, how do you start from nothing to something on, this particular track?
So that one is a weird one because it started as like an experiment with I guess like microtonal music. So it's like I guess the idea is like or spectral music. So it's like in each note there's like a stack of notes, and it's like at the higher you like there's like the main note. So if it's like a C, it's like C and then another C and overtones and all this stuff. And the higher you get up that kind of like stack of notes, within one note, it's like it gets really gritty and it doesn't sound good. And it's like the notes between the notes, and that exists in every note. That's why different things like a piano sounds like a piano or a guitar sounds like a guitar. They have different stacks of those frequencies. And so I started just it started as just an experiment like that, like this really weird throbby exploration of that concept and stacking these kind of weird harmonies together that are kind of like a bit abrasive or like I don't know if that comes through when you listen to it, but it's like it sounds kind of close to harmony, but it's also kind of it's gritty. It sounds kind of like a synth texture. So I was experimenting with that, and the whole vibe I just wanted it to be really like desperate and just like unashamedly just like uh this pleading feeling of just like being completely codependent with someone and just like not being able to get get what you want and like being forced into isolation and just expressing that from like this desperate place and not shying away from it. And then it originally wasn't the title track, but I sent it to a buddy and he's like, dude, this one is so messed up. You have to make this one the title track. So that's why I called it Goner. Because it's just kind of like this lost feeling. And it's like if the album kind of starts off on like a high, I guess, and like there's a couple of tracks that are like that high production, then it kind of descends into this kind of depth, and it's kind of like the deepest part of the album, the most kind of like messed up and weird, maybe. And then at the end, it kind of comes up to like the album, like what I'm gonna use is like the album single or whatever, which is like Lighthouse, which is kind of like a mix of that, where it's like it's got that the gritty rawness of it, but it's kind of got this like redemption arc thing or whatever. That's what I'm going for. I don't know. We'll see how it lands.
I love it. I love it, man. Well, like you got a vision, and now like people can. It's almost like people can take the ride with you, right? Like it's like
Yeah.
you go in and you have this experience, and you want to share it, and a lot of people use this as their way to kind of work through a lot of the the trauma from separating from somebody. Like, do you feel that that's kind of where you landed as well? Like, once you were finished with this project, do you feel like you were not necessarily over it, but like you had a kind of a good, you'd put a period on something, like, while being obviously still sad?
Totally, totally. It's like, yeah, it was like that, and then it's like you get to the, you're like, oh, I have to. It's like, okay, I'm done with this. I put it in a drawer, and then it's like, okay, we got to take it out. We got to master it. Okay, we're gonna listen to it 20 more times. Okay, we got to play it live. Okay, we got to promote it. Okay, you got to write about it. It's like,
Hey, you got to come on some assholes podcast and talk about it, like.
didn't say that. No, no, this is great. This is great. No,
Oh
it's
man.
good. No, but it it has been kind of a way to kind of reframe it
Hmm.
in a big way, and just like showing it to friends, and then being like, dude, this is so awesome. And like, I play music with a lot of friends, and they have songs that are like this. you know I showed someone who's like, so it's another lo-fi indie breakup album, eh? And I was like, no, it's bigger, it's different, it's different than that.
Well, there's a ride in it, man. You
There's a
gotta
ride.
ride the
I've got an arc.
ride.
I've got the arc.
There's an arc in
So,
it. Come on. I love it. I love
um,
it. Well,
but yeah, yeah,
I love it. May 15th, we'll be able to take the ride all the way through. Right now, it's kind of like, we got 4 tracks out. We got Keep and the Sky, Goner, and AOTT.
yeah.
What does AOTT stand for? Just curious.
So, that's like in the song I say all of the time a bunch, and I
Hmm.
could have just called it that, but I have this other song called OTOTW, which is on top of the world. The label I work with, like they really like abbreviations, so it's kind of like an in joke, I guess. And I'm sure there's like a bunch of songs called all of the time. I would
Yeah.
guess. I would hazard a guess. So maybe it makes it stand out a bit more. But yeah, it's also on the more raggedy part of the album. I think that was maybe the last one I recorded. So it's got this overview, maybe a bit, where it's like looking at the whole looking at the whole situation a bit more uh, objectively, maybe a little bit more, but just kind of reflective in that way, I think.
Gotcha. Well, a lot of your music, again, it has a fair amount of instrumental forwardness versus a lot of indie music you hear vocal forwardness. How do you make that decision? I guess it's like when you want to do that, because I mean you have other things obviously deep in your mind. Large stream song that you got, like a little bit more vocal forward.
Yeah,
So how do you kind of make the call there?
totally. I think it's like case specific, in terms of just like what feels right for that particular song. But no, it's funny. My uncle, he was just like, James, you just got this breakup. You're gonna have some great music. You just gotta make the words, make them audible for once. I want to hear what you're saying. And I agree with him in a way, but in other ways, it's like I do like just like stylistically, like different artists who have made who have joined the ranks of people where you have no idea what the fuck they're saying. um, like I like that aspect because it kind of allows people to either mishear in a creative way or also to like dig deeper if they want to like look at the lyrics. That's cool. I always listen to lyrics and dig deeper and look into like meanings and all this stuff, or read interviews and try and figure out how it is. But um, when it's like a bit more of a texture, then I find that sometimes just feels better. Like if the vocals are in the soup of the song and they're
Hmm.
in the they're part of the broth rather than like the big meatballs. Um, I like that. I like that in music, so I try and kind of reflect that. But at the same time, yeah, like I remember Deep in Your Mind when we recorded that, it was like very much a we made a distinctive choice to do like single track vocals, cut the verb, put it front and center, and just like have it be right there. So maybe I'll do that again. Who knows? Maybe on the next
I
one.
can. Hey, we're on the up and up, and we're the journey's going up from where we are on Goner. Who's the guy in Goner? Is that you? Is that a
That's me.
young you?
That's young me. I just thought it was funny to use like a really young picture because it's like kind of just making fun of myself. Like, oh man, this guy has no idea what's about to happen to him. Like,
Oh, he's
just
such a
like so
he's a Goner.
so yeah, so bright eyed and bushy tailed, has no clue the pain that's gonna hit him. Back when I was like, yeah, it's like indistinguishable for me now, but the tired old minstrel. But
Well, I mean, I think it's interesting you choose that, for the kind of like it's like, hey, like this guy's got no idea what's coming in. It's like almost like the people, open this CD up and they, put it in their CD player and they got no idea what's going to happen to him, as soon as they get
yeah,
into it, right? Like,
yeah,
um,
you get to
I
take the
love
ride.
that. You get to take the ride. I love it. Well, now that you've obviously you're going in, we're starting a lot. Like, have you played any of the songs live? Like, what's been the kind of the touring session for this album? And are you going on? We're going on a massive world tour, 500 countries, 50 states, or what are we doing there?
Still waiting for funding to come through for the world tour. But no, so I got like including me, it's like a little six-piece band, and my cast of characters, my homies, and it's funny because like in the subject matter of the song, it was like in the relationship, I was kind of like it wasn't cool that I was playing with this band because it attracted different attention and so it was like a point of contention. So after the relationship ended, I kind of like put the band back together, and they're just like, "Oh, this is what happened." Okay, so because it's kind of in the songs, but no, it's been cool to like rework the songs in a live situation. My good friend Jane is like a Humber jazz uh, guitar shredder, and so that's been really fun. Jane just got like a Jackson, like I think it's like a not a flying V, but it's I forget. It's like a pointy metal guitar, so it's like lending that kind of shreddy edge to the songs, and has been cool. And then my friend Andrew plays piano. He's like a classically trained keyboard player, so he adds like that flair. So we got some jazz, some classical. My other there's three Andrews in the band as well. So another Andrew is he's like an indie. He's like an indie encyclopedia. He just like knows all about all the different flavors. He's holding down on bass, and then the other Andrew, he's like a mix engineer slash like professional clown, and he
All
uh,
right.
he uh, plays drums, and he's just like so supportive and nice, and has a good sense of like how things should sound. And then the I have my like co-vocalist is Tamara, and she is like she does her own music as well as she's like a like kind of a famous ceramicist. So just like an interesting cast of characters who are helping me out for God knows why. But it's really nice that I have these awesome people to play with, and we played like a couple shows, like try and do a couple. I think like one in the summer. We did a Halloween show, kind of a Christmas show, and then we just did one like I guess a couple weeks ago, and we road tested a couple of the new ones, and it was really fun to play some new ones. It was like freaky though. Like I have a bit of a shtick, or I have in the past, and like this one felt a lot more vulnerable and weird because it's like very kind of like it's like I get to read my diary to a bunch of my closest people, right to them with music. So it's like it's pretty intense, but it was nice to just kind of like break them in and for like AOTT all of the time we added like an outro that has like I think like 4 or 5 key changes just to be stupid and that was really fun to just like do that and let Jane shred all over that. That was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah. How the hell do you tell all three Andrews apart? I mean,
We were trying to come up with like nicknames. And like the Andrews were trying to give each other nicknames. It's like, what if your nickname's Baby? And then the Andrew's like, I don't know if I like that. So it's like always we're still figuring it out, you know.
I love it. Well, if somebody says Andrew, I mean, you get three people.
Yeah,
So I mean, I guess the three's better than one.
that's
Let's
right.
go.
It's like I think George Foreman, like the boxer, named all his kids George, so he could just like be like, George, get me a soda or something. And it's not like that,
Everybody's
but it's there's with the same
okay. So
things.
all the Andrews get you sodas. All right, I
Oh
got it
no,
now.
no, I'm sorry, Andrews. I need you, Andrews. I
No,
love you.
please, God, no. I love it.
I'm nothing without my
Um,
Andrews.
what as we look to the warmer months up in Toronto, like are we looking to build a mini run there?
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
you
I
just played a
was
couple weeks
actually
ago.
looking into some specifics about doing like a little cross Canada tour. At the end of August, that's what I've been kind of gently easing myself into planning. But with scheduling 6 people and hooking up with venues that from the hop want nothing to do with you. It is a bit of a challenge, but I think it's doable. Like I got a bunch of homies in the Toronto scene, and it's always impressive that they can just like do these tours and they just make it. You just make it happen, right? Like if you want to do it, you make it happen. So I'm hoping to do like a little late August tour and see how that goes. And yeah, like I'd love to tour down in the States and in the rest of the world. But maybe wait till a few things calm down a little bit, and I'll come down there. You
Well,
won't be able
I
to keep
love
me
it.
away.
I love it. I love it. We'll welcome you here in Atlanta whenever you do come down. That's for
Awesome.
sure.
Can you pick me up
Um,
at the border?
can I pick you up at the border?
I know,
It's kind of
you don't have
far.
to. You don't have to commit right now.
All right, late August. We'll see what I'm doing. Almost football season, so
That's true. That's true.
we'll be in that part of the time. But um, well, like for as you guys are going across Canada, I would imagine like I've talked to a lot of folks about booking, and it's kind of a complicated. You mentioned like hey, like people don't want anything to do with you, but like I mean you do have a song that's got 6 million streams. Like you have to be able to kind of leverage and package yourself. You leveraging that. Like, has that helped you? Is it hurt you? Is it kind of did the
Yeah.
success of Deep in Your Mind like kind of propel things in any way for you guys?
It's funny because I feel like I've heard people talk about this. Like you can have a song that's like blows up or an album and still play like to empty rooms and stuff. And it's like I think at times it's felt like it's like, oh my god, it's like it's finally happened, like but then you play to empty rooms again, so you're always kind of like it's an upward trajectory, I feel, but it's also like I'm getting more plays than I ever have before, but at the same time that translating to live isn't a cut and dry translation. It's not like 6 million streams, that means there's this many people in the room. And like it also doesn't, like there are bands that have more of a live presence in the city, and they just have like more homies showing up for them, and it's like sometimes that's like it feels like more like their show. Then it's like, so in that way I feel like it doesn't translate directly to, I mean okay, so like most of the streams in my understanding have come from like the Philippines and Indonesia. So maybe if I was over there, it would be a whole different situation, and then I could just play Deep in Your Mind 10, 12 times and be like, thanks, good night, which
Yeah.
might be pretty sick. But um, yeah, maybe I should tour there.
Yeah, go where they know.
Go where
I
they
mean,
know.
but
Exactly.
I guess that that's it's such an interesting thing to like have you have this huge deal, but then you still like it seems like even still like an Atlanta show for a band that's like really large, right? Like I remember this show Torres played
Yes.
in she's from down here, and like I remember I was like, man, like she's still playing to an empty room, but yet like she's got so many just tracks that are just jams, and I'm like, but it's Monday in Atlanta, and like
Yeah.
people don't want to fucking go out. Like it's like hey, like we had a huge weekend, like it's so if you do get one here, a Thursday Friday
Yes.
slot, a Saturday
That's
slot
always
will be would be preferred, that's for sure. But
that's always the
um
spot. I also feel like while you're saying that, it's like remember it's like I think it was like J Lo. I think it was J Lo canceled a tour because it's like she
yeah,
couldn't she couldn't fill the arenas, and that's I'm not saying I'm on J Lo level, but I'm just saying if J Lo can't do it, it's like what
yeah,
what what of all the rest of us, like
yeah.
it's J Lo.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's like interesting to like I try to go out like to a Tuesday. I try to make it to Tuesday shows, Wednesday shows, but like I mean, it looks tough. Like I mean, again, like people work all day. I work all day, and then I'm like all right, like I want to fucking die when I get home. Like I don't want,
Yeah,
But hey, I want to go out and support and grind it
totally.
out. But like it's there's definitely that sometimes people make that other choice, and like it's like hey, it's hard to do, and you traveled all the way there from Toronto to to play to 15 people.
Totally, and like I also like I try and go out as much as I possibly can. But like I said, it is like I mean indie bands in Toronto. Like I argue with friends about this, but it's like people will charge like well, like 40, 60 bucks to play. Like it's like it's like see an indie band on a Tuesday for 60 bucks. That's insane. Like what are you talking about? But like that's like the last show we played. It's like I really wanted it to be like a pay what you can type thing, and then nobody really made like we didn't make a ton of money, but like I
Yeah.
wanted to have that feeling, just like to feel like really you're like come and just like enjoy and have a nice time, like
Um,
it but I mean it's like it's the promoter for the place we played was just like might I suggest you charge more at the door. And I was like what about the vibes, man, the vibes.
they're paying. They're coming for the vibes. They're not paying. Yeah, they're not coming to pay.
Yeah.
Um, I will ask. I recently went to a show in Montreal. There was no merch, so I don't know if that was just an artist choice or is that a Canada thing. Like, is there some kind of like um, is there any rules behind that, or is that just kind of venue to
um,
venue?
yeah, I think it's band to band, venue to venue.
Okay.
I think like it's I guess it's like lost opportunity ultimately for the band,
Hmm.
right? It's like um I feel like some people are just like, oh, why would I do that? Like people can just stream my stuff. No one wants my merch, like I'm just happy that they're there. But
Yeah.
people want merch and they want to remember the cool time they had and have a funny t-shirt. And yeah, I'm definitely like trying to up my merch game and like get, reprint, really get a bunch of CDs redone for the next shows. And like I play with a Daisy Rock Heart guitar. So I was thinking about like using that on a t-shirt. I was just like, oh, people would probably wear something like that stupid heart guitar
I was thinking
shirt.
you put this picture up of you with so much promise in your heart here.
Oh
Like I
yeah,
think
that's
that's the
right.
buy the t-shirt. Let's
Oh yeah,
go.
that it'd be cool if I could like do it. Those like images where you see them one way and then you see them the other way, and it's like
Yeah.
that promising thing, and then like a skull or like my old ass face now.
Yeah, just like your all of
My
the energy sucked out of you.
my haggard face. No, that would be.
Yeah.
You know what? We're spitballing these ideas. I mean, they're just we got all these awesome ideas. I'm so
That's
so
a that's
far
a
so far you picked me up at the border. Got the shirt on lock. We're just coming up with gold here, man.
that's a freebie right there. You take that one with you.
Okay, thank you. I
Of
appreciate that.
course. Well, I got to get my pound of flesh here. Pete Peterson's party pack of questions. We're
Yes,
going to rip through 20 questions rapid fire. James Wyatt Crosby, straight out of Toronto. Here we go. Cake or pie?
pie,
He's pieing it up. I like it. All right. Salad or soup?
soup.
Really cold up there. Got to have some
So
soup.
hard, so hard.
All right. Sunrise or sunset? What are you seeing more of these days?
Oh God, what do I see more of, or what do I like more?
What are you seeing more of?
What do I see more of? Sun, sunrise lately. Sunrise lately.
All right. He's an early riser. Let's go. All right, here you go. More likely to hit a. Would you ladder? Oh my gosh! Welcome back. Would you like to? Are you more likely to hit? Oh my god! Home run or touchdown? Holy shit!
um,
What
I
would you rather
think
do?
is it? Do they call it sock and dingers? Is that a home run?
Yeah,
I'd like
mashing
to.
a dinger.
I'd like to match a dinger.
All right, I love it. All right, night in or night out? What are you having more of these days?
Night out for
Night
sure.
out. Love it.
Yep.
All right, when you do go out and your jam comes on, are you more likely to hit the robot or the worm?
Um. Um. I'm gonna say. I'm going to say worm. I'm gonna say
All right.
worm.
All right. It's coming to you here first. When he's on his world tour, the worm will be performed at every single show every night. Um, so, James Wyatt Crosby, you might as well call him James Worm Crosby. So,
The
there
W
you
is
go.
flexible.
W's flexible. I like it. All right. Guac or queso at your favorite Tex-Mex spot?
Shit. Um. I'm gonna be healthy and I'm gonna say guac.
All right. He's walking around. I like it. All right.
Guacing it up.
Waffles or pancakes?
Oh, my dad just made me some waffles when I was sick. And they're like extra buttery and so good. Maple syrup. I gotta go waffles. Little pockets, little squares.
I love that.
I
I
love
love
them.
that. All right. Coffee or tea with your waffles?
Coffee, coffee.
All
I love
right.
coffee.
He's ripping the coffee. All right.
Yeah.
Dogs or cats?
You know, I used to be more dog. I was dog all the way, and then uh, we had. You're just like I don't want the backstory, just dogs or cats. No, but
Yeah.
there's actually a song on the album about my ex cat, my ex cat, and but I'm a cat anyway. Long story short, cats.
Cats now. Okay. Hey, X Cat, cool band name. You can have that for the next one. All
Cats.
right.
That's pretty good. Is
All
that one
right.
for if you want money for that one?
All free.
Okay.
All right. All right. You more like a ninja or a pirate?
I'd say more probably pirate. Yeah.
Pirate. I love it. All right. Chips or pretzels?
Chips. I'd say chips are unless it was like the big pretzels, but I feel like that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah. All right. Fries or tots?
Ooh, I do like a good tot, but I gotta say I just had some awesome fries, so I'm going fries.
Going fries. I like it. All right. TV show or movie after a long day?
Damn. Movie.
Moving.
Good movie,
All
and then
right.
just like fall asleep half an hour in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Are aliens real?
I mean, it seems so. It seems like they are, and everyone's just bored. They're just like, yeah, what else is new? You know?
All right. If you were a fruit, what kind of fruit would you be?
Mmm. What's a fruit? Probably like a Probably like an apricot.
Apricot.
Maybe a what would be a what's I'm just thinking of like something kind of wrinkly. A
A
raisin,
peach.
a wrinkly peach, and like an aging peach.
Aging peach. I love it. Extra soft inside.
Yes,
It's
right.
in its last legs. You got to eat
Yeah,
it soon.
it's in jam territory.
Yeah. All right. Is love at first sight real?
I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Oh man, brutal. All right. And who are two bands that we ought to check out that we might not know?
Okay, you should check out Angel Apricot. Is a good one. Angel Apricot, and band from Toronto called Wedding. Wedding.
Wedding. All right. Very
Which is
cool.
hard to search because like wedding band, wedding music, but Wedding Toronto, I think you'd probably be able to get it.
Wedding Toronto. You get in there.
Yeah.
I bet they get a lot of plays from just say like, I'm looking for a wedding band, and it's like, oh shit, this is sick, man.
Yeah, exactly. I was looking for the YMCA, but this is just as good.
Yeah, I love it. All right, well, James Wyatt Crosby, Conquer the Pete Peterson Party Pack of Questions, Goner, the album coming out May 15th. Come take the ride. You know, it's gonna be a hell of a good one. You know, and get some if you need after the ride, go out there and support him as he comes and tours your Canadian city or your American city. So
Yeah.
Stay tuned for all that good stuff coming up.
One day, it's gonna happen.
I love it. I love it. Well, we appreciate you taking the time, James. Thank you so much for coming on the show, brother.
Thanks for having me. It's been really fun.
Awesome.